There is a moment on the spiritual journey when the world you thought you knew begins to look completely different. Not because the world has changed, but because you have. When the heart opens, when the walls fall, when your consciousness expands, you begin to see life, not through the eyes of the personality, but through the eyes of the soul. And suddenly, everything that used to confuse you begins to make sense. 1. Awakening changes how you perceive reality. Before awakening, your life feels like a series of events. Someone upset you. Someone ignored you. Someone disappointed you. Someone treated you unfairly. Life was happening to you. But after awakening, you begin to sense something deeper behind every event. A frequency, a wound, a fear, a longing, a lesson. You stop reacting to what happened and start feeling why it happened and what energy created it. You start seeing the emotional currents behind people's words, behind their actions, behind their silence. You stop asking, why is this person like this? And begin to understand, oh, this is the energy they're living in. That shift alone changes everything. 2. You no longer see people at the surface level. Awakening doesn't give you new beliefs. It gives you new eyes. You look at someone who is angry, and you no longer see anger. You see pain. You see fear of not being seen. You see a heart trying to protect itself. You look at someone who is cold, and you see a soul that is exhausted from carrying too much alone. You look at someone who is controlling, and you see a child inside them who never felt safe. And instead of reacting, you simply understand. This doesn't mean you tolerate unhealthy behavior. It means you see clearly, without being pulled into the storm. This clarity is not weakness. It is the strength of an open heart. 3. You begin to see your child as a soul, not a role. One of the most beautiful changes after awakening is how you perceive your child. They are no longer my kid, or someone you must shape and correct. You begin to see a soul with wisdom, with a blueprint, with an inner compass that already knows where it's going. You guide, but you don't force. You support, but you don't control. You walk beside them, not ahead of them. This shift alone can transform the entire relationship, because you are no longer raising a child. You are walking with a soul. 4. You become aware of the flow of life. Another thing that changes is your sense of time. Before awakening, you judged everything. This is good. This is bad. This should not be happening. This is unfair. After awakening, you start to feel a deeper rhythm. People come, and people go. Seasons rise, and seasons fall. Success appears, and success fades. Pain comes, and pain teaches. You no longer fight the flow. You begin to trust it. You realize that everything, every joy, every loss, every challenge, is part of a larger unfolding, designed to grow you. And with this understanding, a quiet peace enters your life. 5. You see the illusion of hierarchy. Before awakening, you may have envied the successful, looked down on the struggling, or compared your life to others. But after awakening, you see that everyone is experiencing exactly the lessons their soul chose. We don't grow because life is easy. We grow because life shapes us. Some souls learn through abundance, some through loss, some through conflict, some through compassion, some through silence. You stop comparing. You stop judging. You begin to realize we are all on different chapters of the same journey, returning to the same place. 6. Finally, you experience connection, not as an idea, but as a feeling. Before awakening, we are all connected sounds poetic. After awakening, you feel it. You feel people's emotions, their vibrations, their pain, their longing, their beauty. You feel the energy of a room. Before a single word is spoken, you feel the truth behind things, without needing explanations. You feel nature breathing with you. And this connection is not overwhelming. It is comforting, because you begin to understand. You are not separate from life. You are life. Closing. When the heart opens, you stop living inside the story and start living inside the energy beneath it. You see people as souls. You see yourself as a soul. You see pain as a teacher. You see life as a movement of consciousness. And you walk through the world with a softer heart and clearer eyes. This is the shift that marks the next stage of the path of remembering. Not a new belief, not a new practice, but a new way of seeing, a new way of being. This is what happens when you begin to see life through the eyes of the soul.